And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Cincinnati's offense will go on the attack first. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And, Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And that's going to be the challenge for this offense tonight, is holding up against this pass rush. They are one of the best defenses in the entire nation because of their ability to get pressure on the quarterback. They're going to have to do a much better job tonight protecting their guy, or they've got no shot.
And the Bearcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. They'll give it to the back. Creates a little space. Got the first down. Looking for more. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generated a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes on. They got to funnel the football back to the middle of the field.
The Bearcats, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. To the air on first down. Finds his tight end. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Off play action. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries. You got to get pressures. And when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves them with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The Bearcats will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. And he will boom that punt out of bounds. No chance for a return. Let's see where the officials spot it. The Bears offense will get the ball for the first time. And we'll get a quick look at one of the early leaders for the Heisman. Winning the award as a running back certainly demands something beyond the normal. He's going to have to put together a stellar season, David.
No, he will. And listen, it's hard for running backs to get this award. Now, it is a quarterback award, but recent years, Ashton Jeanty, you saw him there. But you got to be the catalyst. You got to be the straw that stirs the drink. You got to put up huge numbers. So far, Palmer, he's been a catalyst. He's been great. He's just going to have to keep it going.
And his numbers are pretty good now. I think they have a chance to get even better. When you look at the schedule moving ahead, they're going to have to force feed him the football. He's going to have to play big in those games if they're going to keep winning. So keep an eye on this guy as a Heisman favorite because he's got that kind of ability.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Safe completion on the screen. Still on his feet at the 40. Turning it on. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
The Bears will line it up on 1st and 10. Offense changing the play. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the big fella. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy.
Deep shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. And the Bears come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. Wants to throw on third down. Got out of trouble and throws. Makes the catch. And oh no, he loses the ball after the huge gain.
And you start to get that offense going and start having success.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The Bears have it in scoring position on first and goal. They're going to run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Baylor! Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here.
Here we go.
They'll move the wide receiver. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Catch in the middle, it's Morris. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, getting that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Rides the back and leaves it. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play move...
There he goes. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Looking deep. Pulls it in down the sideline. Touchdown, Cincinnati! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This guy is so dangerous because of his speed. He can take the top off the defense, and he did it right there on the post. Great arm talent, getting the throw out in front of him. It didn't matter how many DBs they had deep on that one. I don't think they could have stopped it.
And the extra point splits the uprights. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. And the Bears moving quickly to the line. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Might be changing the route. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bobo. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Looking for a crease. It's Montgomery. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bears!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Vanderbilt is going to get out of Dodge with a win. It's a shave that might have been a little closer than Doors fans wanted, but a road victory feels great no matter what the final score is. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. From the gun, running back on the move. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
And after having a nice game like that on 1st down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down,
breaks into the open. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Flips it out on the screen. Gets it past the marker for a 1st down, and that's the way we will wrap up the 1st quarter. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. Rides the back on the option to give. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
And here comes money down for this offense. Third down execution is a premium. You work on it all week ad nauseum for these moments when you can execute when the field starts to shrink.
He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
And there was just nowhere for the quarterback to go in that QB sneak on third down, guys. He was trying to push and trying to drive, but he was just running into a wall. Nice job by the defense.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on fourth down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line's going to have to play a lot better here.
Shotgun snap on third down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
Really good job by the defense getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground for no gain. It's tough. Once you get there and get pressure, it's so hard to get these guys on the ground because they're elusive. Really good job wrapping them up and getting to the ground.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Gets it out fast. Oh, he's got some space. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. The Bears with the 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Got enough for the first down. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. And the Bears are rolling down the field. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to throw on first down. Now adjusting. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. He holds it in and nobody's close. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule.
Big guy tries to barrel in. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor!
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he puts through the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Out of the gun, they give to the back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Makes the grab on the left side. Open spacing. Touchdown, Bears. jumpstarts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. They kept that one off in style, a 74-yarder for the score. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he's going to bring this one out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Might be calling a hot route. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Punch it out of the air. Turning it on. The 40. Inside the 30. Inside. Into the end zone unimpeded, except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. They had the explosive score, and it's all for naught as that penalty will take the touchdown off the board. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Timeout. The Bears backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. Looking to throw. It's complete to the right. Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
And this 4 vertical play is something that every offense in the country has in their playbook, but they don't all run it as good as this offense does. Really nice job making the play call, but when you've got athletes like this and a quarterback that can fit the football into small windows, good things generally happen. That is tremendous execution on that pass play.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for me.
Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly complete. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bears! And they take it in for 6 more points. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And it's such a good opportunity to cover to a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. To the ground with the back. Got a little space. He's running free down the middle. At the 20. Touchdown, Bearcats! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Georgia was like a 65-man mute button. They went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Dogs team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. Sure happened today. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
Not at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Quarterback making checks. Back to pass on second down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. And the Bears come to the line with a new set of downs. He got a little antsy at the line of scrimmage, and they'll move him back.
False start off offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Line gets set, first down. He's looking to throw. He rifles one deep to the left. Picked off. Got room on the return. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And that's a play the defense absolutely had to have. They've given up some big plays in this first half, and they're down on the scoreboard right now. Something positive needed to happen. Maybe that's the interception that changes the momentum in this game. It's now up to their offense to try and score some points here before the first half ends.
Everybody and their brother showing blitz. Looking to throw on first down. Going to take a shot. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes. And that's exactly what they were thinking that time.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And off to the shotgun. He's brought down at the 49. That is well short of the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Punt is on its way. One more snap coming before halftime. The give to the left. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Boys, you never quite know what to expect there in Cincinnati, and we've had a lively first half. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line.
Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running.
Breaks into the open. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. Gets it past the marker. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
He wants to change this route. To the air on 1st down. He's moving out of the pocket. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Looking to the big tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Got his man on the right. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Now from inside the red zone. He's got the tight end. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter they come out and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice...
Touchdown, Baylor! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll return it. That is a decision he will likely regret. Out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Gives it on the option. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stops.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the tight end. A strike downfield. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those first downs. Get those big chunks.
And the Bearcats are moving quickly down the field. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Red pass, it's complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Complete to the right. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. Pulls and fires complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wants to keep it in the air. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Takes it on the shovel. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down. And the Bearcats send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Reads and fires complete. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Making side adjustments here. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Firing to the right, complete. Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Working that left side now. Great move. Now he's got room. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained to be great once they have the ball in their hands. He makes people miss. He shows you the speed, and it's a big chunk play in the pass game.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
Wants to fire on second down. Going for it all. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Bears! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense out.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Leaves it with the back. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
After swapping into the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Now just about ready to snap it to start the 4th. Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his big tight end. Oh, he's got some space. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
The Bearcats will have it 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
This defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's the big-time moment. In the 4th quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
He's got it on the right. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. Pulls it in. It's Morris. It's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, Dave. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
He'll try it again. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did.
Turning it on. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
And the Bears pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Quarterback will keep it. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
And that was a nice second down run and setting up third and inches. And now it's physical time, right? Like, they know you might run the football. You know you probably want to run the football. How can you be more physical? Sometimes bring some extra bodies, some extra tight ends in. Go to that play that you know is your short yardage play.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be...
Converts on fourth down, still going. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor! With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
With that last touchdown, looks like they're going to start this season 4-0, and you've got to be impressed with what you've seen so far from this team. We knew coming in on paper this team had a chance this season, but until the lights go on, until you actually go out and do it for real, you can't believe just how good they are. But they've shown now, starting 4-0 on the year, this is a team that's going to contend for a national championship.
Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
Finds his tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Bears! What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row. Now they've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Caught. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing now.
Quick strike complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to...
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And, man, is that a just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Way back in his own territory as he hauls it in. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Final minute. This game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on this schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. This is like he's orchestrating a video game out there. I mean, he's right at 500 yards. He's a step or 2 or 3 ahead of any coverage he sees.
Or 12, Reese. I mean, this defense just doesn't have an answer for him. They've blitzed him. They've played zone coverage. They try to man up these receivers, but the end result is always the same. This guy right now is unstoppable.
Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, the